There are a few possible reasons why you might be using more obscenity nowadays. You're around people who use obscenity more often. If you're spending more time with friends or colleagues who use obscenity frequently, you may be more likely to start using it yourself. This is a common phenomenon called language convergence, where people tend to adopt the speech patterns of the people they're around. You're feeling more comfortable expressing yourself. As you get older, you may feel more confident in expressing your thoughts and feelings, even if they're considered taboo or rude. This could lead to an increase in obscenity use, especially if you feel like obscenity is a strong way to convey your emotions. You're using obscenity to cope with stress or difficult emotions. Obscenity can be used as a way to vent anger, frustration, or other negative emotions. It can also be used to cope with difficult situations, such as a job loss or a breakup. You're simply using obscenity as a verbal tic. Some people use obscenity without even thinking about it. It may have become a habit that they're not even aware of. If you're concerned about your increased use of obscenity, there are a few things you can do. Pay attention to your language. Try to be more mindful of the words you're using. If you catch yourself using obscenity, try to replace it with a more neutral word. Identify your triggers. What are the situations or people that make you more likely to use obscenity? Once you know your triggers, you can start to develop strategies for dealing with them in a more constructive way. Find alternative ways to express yourself. There are many other ways to express your emotions besides using obscenity. Try writing in a journal, talking to a friend or therapist, or engaging in physical activity. It's also important to remember that there's nothing wrong with using obscenity occasionally. It's a normal part of human language. However, if you're using obscenity so much that it's interfering with your relationships or work, it may be time to make a change. It's also worth noting that the definition of what is considered obscene varies from person to person and culture to culture. What is considered obscene in one setting may be perfectly acceptable in another. So, it's important to be mindful of the context in which you're using obscenity. If you're still unsure about why you're using more obscenity, or if you're struggling to reduce your use of it, it may be helpful to talk to a therapist or counselor. They can help you to understand the underlying reasons for your behavior and develop strategies for coping with it in a healthy way.